Hey, I'm Fernando Bautista, and for our week 2 discussion, we need to talk about a time that we were in a different environment. How do we feel? How do we behave? And what did I think? So, a time that I can think of would be summer of 2010, and that was my first time going to Mexico. I was about 16 at the time. It was my first time traveling outside of the country, and I was going by myself. So, I go get on the airplane and I land in Mexico City. Mexico City is like the fourth or fifth largest city in the world. So it's got a population of about 20 million people. So I mean, you can just imagine me coming from little old Bladen County and arriving in a city that has 20 million people in it. So, it was a little nerve-wracking. I was nervous. I was excited at the same time. And I was somewhat scared because, I'm 4,000 miles away from my family in a place that I've never been to first time going. But I mean, luckily, I'm bilingual, so I could easily move around the airport. Ask for directions, ask where I'm supposed to go. What am I supposed to do? So eventually, I met up with family that was waiting for me at the airport, and I've never met these people ever in my life. I've only seen them through pictures and stuff, but everything was good. You know, um, what I thought, I really didn't know what to think. Like I would think like people people knew that I wasn't from there. When I got to my destination, they know you're not a local. They can tell by the way that you talk, by the way that you act, by the way that you dress, by the way that you look. Like they know that you're not from there. But I mean, honestly, people don't even pay attention to you. Um, and at this point in time, I was somewhat nervous and scared about it because Mexico at this time it was a it was high in crime rate. Drug cartels were really bad at that point in time. You see on the news and you see on the newspaper like daily that certain crimes were happening. So that kind of it threw me off, but it didn't change my whole experience. Luckily I had an amazing time there and it was fun, but definitely it was different because I was in a completely new and different environment. But I mean, after all, it was fun. And now, if I suppose that I go back to that setting again, but for the purpose of crisis intervention, things would be completely different. I've been to Mexico now multiple times, so I'm more familiar with my surroundings there. I kind of know what to do, what not to do. Um, I can easily communicate with the people there, being that I am bilingual. So that's like a huge plus for me. Um, my feelings towards it, I wouldn't be as nervous. Of course, still be cautious because I mean, even here in the States, you have to be cautious. Um, uh, my actions, I don't think my actions would be any more different than they were any of the times that have been. I would still do things the same, but just I guess, be more professional due to the fact that I'm there for a crisis intervention thing. Be more professional and just do everything the same because nothing will change now that I've been there, even if I've been there once or I've been there multiple times. Things will still be the same. It's always fun going, and even if I were to go for a intervention phase, I would still it'd still be fun, and I would say that's a time that I can think of that I've been in a different environment, I've felt different, but I mean after all I would still feel the same